This is big news that is coming in from the city of Mumbai, where a special court, and this is the PMLA court, has come down heavily on the enforcement directive over its arrest of Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut and his brother Praveen Raut. Earlier in the day, the court had granted him bail, and now the full contents of the judgment are out. The court has called Sanjay Raut's arrest illegal and ordered his release. He is expected to leave Mumbai's Arthur Road jail by 7 p.m. today, which is an hour from now. Let me go straight across to my colleague Ketan, who is joining us on the broadcast with that piece of breaking information. Ketan, after almost 100 days, Sanjay Raut will be walking out of Arthur Road jail. That will happen at around 7 o'clock, which is 1 hour from now. But what is embarrassing for the ED is what the PMLA court has said about Sanjay Raut's arrest.
Shreya, clearly after many hearings, now Sanjay Raut will be free and he will be released. Even the High Court hasn't heard ED's request to stop his release. So clearly, but it is more interesting, we have the order copy of the ED judge and what the ED court said in this matter. And in the summary, in the last part of that order, it's almost more than 50-page order. And in that last part of the order, it says that with this, I hold that both accused meaning Praveen Raut and Sanjay Raut are basically arrested illegally. Both of them are entitled to parity in view of disparity made by the ED in not arresting the other main accused person. So the court is referring to the other accused in the Patra Chawl case. And who are these other accused? The other accused are Rakesh Sarang and the other officials of HDIL and MHADA and government who have allegedly taken part in this scam. So it says that this arrest, this 100 days arrest of only Sanjay Raut and his associate Praveen Raut is illegal, and except a few conditions of appearing in the court whenever the court deems fit, and on a 2 lakh surety bond, and whenever he wants to visit any foreign country or go abroad, he has to seek the court's permission. So basis these conditions, both Sanjay Raut and Praveen Raut are set free.
All right, we'll leave it there for the moment. The PMLA court coming down very heavily on the ED, essentially calling Sanjay Raut's arrest illegal. Ketan, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. From Maharashtra, we are shifting our focus now to Kerala, where the battle between the governor and the government is intensifying. Now, amidst the war of words, the Pinarayi Vijayan government has announced a major escalation. They have decided to remove Governor Arif Mohammad Khan from the post of Chancellor from all universities in the state. He will be, the government says, replaced by expert academicians. Now, the Kerala cabinet has approved the ordinance to remove the governor as the Chancellor of all state universities. In a just concluded lengthy conference, Governor Khan says the government is interfering in his work and is busy with optics. Listen in.
So this was a pre-planned. The purpose was not to make an attempt on my life. Purpose was to scare me. I become fearful. I do whatever. And you were saying issues. What issues are there? Except the university. Any other should tell me any issue. University is not their responsibility. So they were all the time interfering in the matter of university, which I resented. And interference was not in the sense that you are trying to do something good for the development of the university. All interferences appoint this relatives of the CPM leader in this position, appoint this in this position. All interest is in appointment. That I resented. I am not ready to make a distinction between CPM and Kerala. And CPM is a party which believes in the legitimacy of violence.
Shashi Tharoor, who's an MP from Kerala from the Congress party, is making an important point. He's saying, does the government actually expect the governor to sign this ordinance, which essentially removes him as the Vice Chancellor of all universities in the state of Kerala? Listen into that and other political reactions.
I think this entire business between the Chief Minister and the Governor has been rather unfortunate, bad for our constitutional governance in our country and bad for the states. So I really hope that they will settle their differences sooner rather than later. On this specific issue, it's for the governor to react because, as you know, an ordinance only becomes when the governor signs it. So I find that slightly odd that the state cabinet would pass a resolution asking the governor to commit harakiri. Well, let us see whether he wants to do it. I think it's for him to answer.
Governor of a state, who should be the constitutional head, who should be a neutral person, responding to the wishes of the central government, which is not envisaged by the governor. Slowly, if this is how the governor's position is abused, and through governor, that is how, the Kerala it is happening. It's happening in Tamil Nadu. And Kerala, it is blatant. Aggressively, the governor comes out and says he will dismiss all the vice chancellors. There is a process for the appointment of a vice chancellor, which is provided under law. And, they can't afford to just dismiss them.
There are certain precedents and there are certain regulations. The precedents and regulations are also part of law, according to the definition given to law by the Constitution of India. So we have got a set of law. According to that set of laws, the governor have been, by virtue of his office, he or she would be the chancellor of the universities established and run by the government of Kerala.
Let me go straight across to our guests who are joining us this evening. This spat between the government and the governor has been going on for a while now. Quickly introducing my guest to you this evening, we have VP Sri Padmanabha. He's the Kerala State BJP spokesperson back on the show. Thank you very much. Salim is a DMK spokesperson. He's joining us on the broadcast. And Advocate Pramod is a CPI leader. He's joining us. Mithun Vijay Kumar is a political analyst. He's joining us as well. Good evening, gentlemen. The governor of Kerala has just concluded a rather lengthy press conference saying that it is essentially the government that is interfering with his work and not vice versa. Can you please help me understand, Advocate CP Pramod, since you represent the CPIM and the ruling dispensation in Kerala, whether you actually expect the governor to sign on to his own pink slip? What is, this whole talk about promulgating an ordinance which will remove him as the chancellor of all universities in Kerala, you surely don't expect him to sign it, do you? So when he says that you're just indulging in optics, maybe he has a point.
Ordinance or a bill passed by the Legislative Assembly is only a constitutional mandate or power which is rather conferred upon the governor under the Constitution. And we hope that he will discharge those functions without any bias and also without personal consideration or obligation, or whether it is affecting him or not, because that is not at all envisaged under the Constitution. And secondly, the change of VC is only a statutory function, because somebody was saying that it's only by virtue of the office of governor he is officiating, etc. Maybe he is an ex officio vice chancellor by virtue of his office as governor, and it is only a state statute which could be amended, which could be cancelled, or which could be set aside. And any other person could be nominated as VC or appointed as VC. So that is a different issue. And moreover, even in the Punji Commission, which was stated in 2010 itself, that governor shall not be burdened with huge responsibilities, other responsibilities, other than that of the constitutional functions conferred upon him. And there are other Sarkaria Commission reports are also there, conferring the right of governor should be to the adhering to the constitutional values only, and not to otherwise. So there is no harm in that. And even Gujarat government has done it in 2013. TN Tamil Nadu has done it so. Then Maharashtra, the Congress Shiv Sena Alliance ministry, has done it so. Punjab is thinking in the way. West Bengal has done so. And so many states have already done it. So there is no course of collusion between the governor and the government.
Done what, sir? Done what?
Yeah. Pardon?
Done what? When you say that West Bengal has done it, Bengal has done it, Gujarat has done it, Tamil Nadu has done it, done what?
Madam, change of governors as chancellor everywhere these statutes were modified or statutes were amended, and there is no collusion, there is no constitutional breakdown occurred in those states, even in 2013 in Gujarat, or even subsequent dates in other states also.
But Mr.
So,
Pramod,
likewise,
in
it's
this
only
case,
government.
Mr. Pramod, in this case, Arif Mohammad Khan is very happy to discharge his duties as the Chancellor of all universities in Kerala. He complaining. What he's complaining about is that I am pointing out faults to the way the Kerala government is trying to appoint people and vice chancellors in universities. They only want their own friends or people who are aligned to their political ideology or their own relatives to the post. I have a problem with that. I'm allergic to that, which is why the CPIM and which is why the left government is allergic to me. And I have no problems in,
These are only his narrative, and what really happened, in reality, what is happening in Kerala is, with the KTU, Kerala Technical University judgment that was tendered by the Supreme Court, under the guise of that, he all on then very next day, he tried to terminate all the VCs from the post and create a chaos in almost 9 universities in Kerala. And he is in the process of making all sort of confusion or chaos, or when there is a stumbling block in the university administration, which will be badly affecting the higher education sector in Kerala. And the Kerala government is concerned with that, and we are responsible to the people. He is not at all responsible to the people. He's really a nominee governor, so he can maintain many positions. But the government should take care of the people's will. That's it.
Okay, VP Shri Padmanabhan, come in here. Essentially, the left argument is we don't want this guy as the chancellor of our universities. He's creating chaos. He's someone who will impact, and in a negative way, Kerala's higher education system. Please keep him away. He has created enough trouble. We don't want any more trouble from him.
As far as the working of the universities are concerned, the recent judgment of the Supreme Court in the Kerala Technical University case has have changed the situation. That is, the situation has undergone a sea change. Now it has been held that the UGC regulations will have to be considered above the state law. So a university can only be run in accordance with the UGC regulations, because the subject of education comes under concurrent list. And in a subject under concurrent list, if there is a conflict between the state law and the central law will stand. In the case of Technical University Act, the state government even violated the State Act also. But even if the State Act is supporting them, even then UGC regulations will stand. You see why the universities have given such a judgment? Because nobody can be allowed, no government, either the central government nor the state government. The central government through the governor or the state government through its legislative powers cannot run the universities. Universities are autonomous bodies. They should run in accordance with the UGC regulations. So paramount consideration should be given to the UGC regulations. So in such a condition, after the judgment of the Supreme Court, now nobody can take control. No government, either the central or the state government, can take control of the running of the universities. Now today the governor in his press statement, press conference, he has stated that if such an ordinance is sent to him for signature, he shall send it to the president under 213, Article 213 of the Constitution. So in such a case, let the president decide, or if the president, if so decides to send it to the Supreme Court for a presidential reference, then let it be so. It is a legal question. Who should run the universities? The universities are autonomous bodies. Governments cannot be given the right to control the universities.
It is a legal question.
Yes,
but it is a political question also in Kerala. And to some,
it is going to be a big legal question.
It is a legal question, but it is also a political question because the central, the left parties in Kerala have said certain things about the governor, which I don't want to repeat here on television. But what they're essentially unhappy with him, and they are saying that he's a stooge of the BJP. This is something that they have said for a while now. Mithun Vijay Kumar, the fact is that it's not just, I'm going to get the DMK spokesperson in, but this is not just the state of Kerala. There is trouble in the other southern states as well when it comes to the governor and the government. Tamil Nadu has issues. Now, even Telangana has issues. So there is clearly a problem with governors in the southern states or with people who have been appointed as governors in the southern states. At least that is what the state governments feel. They feel that,
Yes,
governors, when we were studying political science in school, we were told what? That, they are ornamental pieces. They are just there to live in the Raj Bhavan and cut ribbons, perhaps. Now the governors are turning around and saying, yes, we have a mind of our own, and to some extent they are also displaying their political affiliations. So in this case, who's crossing the Lakshman Lekha? Is it the state government?
See, when
or
we were
is
in
it the
schools,
governor
we were taught...
themselves?
Hello, yeah, can you hear me? Hello, am I audible?
Can.
Yes. When we were in school, we were taught that, okay, governors are only ornamental positions, and now it has come to a point where we realize that they are not just rubber stamps, and they have some authority over the government. And coming to your question on why this is happening in Tamil Nadu and why this is happening in Telangana, Kerala, especially in all the non-BJP ruled states, this is happening, and it's happening because it's a result of the meeting between Congress leadership and the left leadership, where they discussed how governors in non-BJP ruled states must be targeted, because according to them, these governors are agents of RSS. So that's why all this is happening. And coming to the issue in Kerala, the governor was not interfering in anything related to administration. He was only exercising his duties as a chancellor. Now, the interference in here was on the part of the left government. They were interfering in his duties, right? See, he also, the matter is that the five VCs whom he asked to, the 9 VCs whom he asked to resign, 5 of them were selected without panel names during the selection, and the remaining 4 were selected selected by a committee without an eminent subject matter expert. So that was the issue that he pointed out. He has not interfered in governance, or he has not interfered in any other matter. He was only discharging his duties as a chancellor. Now, I heard Mr. Pramod narrating the reality in Kerala and how keeping this governor will affect the higher education system in Kerala. I'll tell you what's the reality. It's not just about the appointment of VCs, but there are plenty other appointments given to relatives of the ruling party, bypassing the norms. You must have heard of KK Ragesh's wife's appointment in University, the controversial appointment of MB Rajesh's wife in Kaladi Sanskrit University, appointment of PK Biju's wife in Kerala University, PK Shashi's son's appointment, PK Srimati's son's appointment, AN Shamsir's wife's appointment, which the High Court itself, put a halt on that. Then QSAT appointment, the legal studies director's appointment. All this is happening in Kerala in broad daylight, and we are not questioning any of these. Now, they have an issue when a person is questioning it, when the governor, who is also the chancellor of the universities, is questioning these appointments, these illegal appointments. That's the problem with the government here. And also, see, the governor is actually a man of principles. He said that if he will not be a judge in a matter that's against him, and he will pass it to the honorable president of India. So it shows that he's a man of principles. And you see, this is the case with Kerala. Kerala is involved in all the kind of scams. There are plenty of issues, and probably every scam in this is probably the only state in India where every scam leads to the chief minister's doorsteps. Dollar scam, PPE kit scam, gold smuggling, and now the gold smuggling accused is raising sexual allegations against the former speaker and a former minister. So Kerala is gripped in all these issues, and we are discussing something that's totally unnecessary at this point.
Okay. Advocate C.V. Pramod, here's my question to you. Instead of formulating and promulgating all these ordinances, etc., and having these daily press conferences against, I'll get you in, Salem, but instead of getting these press conferences every day, if you have a problem with the governor, which you clearly do, why don't you take the matter to the Supreme Court?
Sorry, I don't think mere verbal utterances before the media, any court of law in India can take cognizance of, because the governor is almost all the day meeting the media and making some iterations. It is not the way of communication between the governor and the government seriously, because if the governor wants to express his displeasure to the government, he could have directly written to the government. That is not happening. So merely every day he meet the media, he utters something, and every word you are repeating a question to us that why should the state should not go to court? Can a court take cognizance of such utterances? Is it the legal procedure, established procedure in the country. Is it the law of the land? No. The governor should at least have to comply with some standards. We have to write letters to the government whenever there is a displeasure or even when the corrective measures to be adopted. And he cannot run a show of his own as he thinks. That is not the constitution. That is not the constitution that is envisaged. And here, somebody was telling that even our political observer was telling that in KTU judgment there was a queue. That is why years all the way, almost all 9 VCs are being sacked, etc. Or he's trying to take steps. But the Supreme Court has stated anything like that. Has the Supreme Court
Supreme Court has clearly mentioned that the state must follow UGC norms. The Supreme Court has stated in a previous order that the state must follow UGC regulations, which is being bypassed by your government all the time.
This is unfair. This is unfair. Please, has the Supreme Court in its
what you're saying is illogical, sir. That's right.
Technical University judgment has directed any of the chancellors in India to examine all those things. No. He is taking the
law of the land. The judgment of the Supreme Court
follow the law of the land. Kerala is not a separate country.
The judgment of the Supreme Court is law of the land. You should obey it. Let her resign and go.
That is not at all envisaged.
Okay, gentlemen, let me get in Salim Dharanidharan as well into the discussion. He's a DMK spokesperson. We are speaking about Kerala, gentlemen. Just a minute. We are speaking about Kerala, gentlemen. But the fact is, and the BJP spokesperson on the panel should hear this, the fact is that I've already pointed this out, it's not just Tamil Nadu it's not just Kerala that is having a problem with its governor, even Tamil Nadu is having a problem with its governor, even Telangana is having a problem with its governor. Mr. Salim, today, in fact, your government has gone ahead, the Stalin government has gone ahead, and we've seen the contents of the memorandum that you've sent the president. You want your governor to be sacked. In fact, you're saying he's a threat to peace in your state. Isn't that a bit extreme?
The governors in non-BJP rule states are behaving in a partisan manner. Tamil Nadu governor, for example, has put 20 bills on hold. 20 bills, even bills such as banning hookah. Hookah, as per research says, is equivalent to smoking 60 cigarettes a day. He has not approved it. In fact, there's a bill on social justice in which there's an amendment to the Tamil Nadu Tenders Act by which we want to allow MSMEs owned by SCSTs to have some preference or some sort of representation. Even that bill is pending. Let me not talk about NEET bill, which is pending for over 18 months, which was pending over 18 months with him. Then only then he sent it to the president. The Article 200 of the Indian Constitution makes one thing very clear. It unambiguously affirms the primacy of the legislature in the legislative exercise. So governor has no role. So governor has only 3 options. Either he can immediately send it to the legislature with approval, or he can send it with clarification. But the legislature chooses not to amend to his clarification, then he has to approve. Third, he can only send it to the president if it undermines the position of the High Court, in this case, Tamil Nadu High Court. So is he doing that? None. So this is our problem. Even we follow Westminster system, right? So which is very similar to the British system. Even there, every bill has to get a royal assent. But has the Crown ever rejected a bill vetoed in the last 3-4 decades? No, it's considered unconstitutional. But here this man is on the bill. In fact, the Kerala governor went to an extent of saying the minister to resign. No. In fact, I have to go and refer to the case. The Justice Nagesh Rao versus Perarivalan case, in which he clearly mentioned under Article 361, the governor is nothing but shorthand of the government. He's just a shorthand. He expresses the will of the Council of Ministers and the legislature. So he cannot make his own judgment, is what it clearly says. Even the judgment says it. And in fact, previously there's one other judgment in Rameshwar Prasad versus the Union also says that governors are just a ceremonial head. So in fact, governors sitting over bills passed by a government which has mandate from the people is unconstitutional. And Tamil Nadu governor is also going and behaving like a propaganda secretary of the BJP party, and he's going and voicing the opinions of the BJP party president in Tamil Nadu. In fact, went to inauguration of a hostel, I think of a medical college, and went and said, see, Tamil Nadu government delayed in transferring the case to NIA. Is this the role of a governor to go and talk politics in opening of a college? Absolutely not. In fact, why does the
For
governor
Tamil Nadu, sure, I get the point. I get the point you're making. In a full-fledged discussion on Tamil Nadu is happening at 8 o'clock today. But Mr. Padmanabhan, I know you're not the spokesperson for the Tamil Nadu unit of the BJP, but this is how 3 state governments in southern India feel. That the governors in their state are acting as the PR/publicity secretaries of the government of India. That they have crossed their Lakshman Rekha and possibly it is in their KRA to harass the state governments which are non-BJP governments. This is not one state. This is not 2 states. This is not 3 states. Even Rajasthan is now starting to, report a certain degree of disagreement between the governor and the government.
Hello. 10 seconds.
And let's not forget Jharkhand.
See, the spokesperson of DMK was saying about some Lakshman Rekha and also about the governor misusing his powers. He should remember one thing. His political ally, their political closest ally, Congress party, dismissed 93 state governments in India. 93 state governments by misusing the Article 356 of the Constitution and also by misusing the office of the governor. And now you are in alliance with that Congress party, and now you are speaking about the BJP government of the center misusing the governor. See, you should understand one thing. The governor is not a rubber stamp. If so, Article 213(1)(b) would not have been there. The governor has got the power to send to the president any legislation which he thinks that which is on public interest, on an issue of public interest, and which he feels that it should have the consent of the president. So you cannot deny their right to the president. And one more thing, he should remember one thing also. Maybe he may not be knowing. The state president of the Congress in Kerala,
Here's the thing.
and the opposition leader of the Congress
the people
in Kerala,
of a particular state
they supported
elect
the
for their
today.
government.
The Congress in Kerala
Sir,
is supporting the governor
people
in this issue.
in a federal structure, the state government is elected. And the governor works on the advice and counsel of the chief minister.
The Constitution has given enough powers to the governor.
And that is not what is happening in the 3 southern
No,
states.
it's not what is happening, yes.
The Congress is supporting in Kerala. The governor is
Of course, that is what is happening. Of course, that is what is happening.
Sudharan and V.D. Satish, they both are supporting.
Okay, we'll leave it there. I'm out of time.
Can I just add on one
Gentlemen,
thing?
out of time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, 10 seconds. I'm out of time. 10 seconds.
Yes, I just want to add on what happened in Maharashtra. The speaker was not appointed for about 18 months or 16 months, 12 months. Then immediately, when the BJP coalition was about to form the government, immediately the speaker was appointed. So if that is not partisan behavior, and what else is? So basically, the governors in this BJP government is nothing but extended arm of the government itself, BJP government itself.
We leave it there. And as I said, don't forget Jharkhand either and what is happening in Jharkhand. We leave it there for the moment, gentlemen. Thank you very much. I'm slipping into a quick break.